Haunted House was released for the Atari 2600 in 1981. The storyline is that you're in the mansion of some dead dude named Zachary Graves. Humorous irony, isn't it? The mansion is dark, as indicated by the fact that the only visible part of your character is your eyes. Your objective is to find 3 pieces of an urn that are scattered throughout the house and get the hell out. The doors inside of the walls can take you up and down 4 floors of the mansion where you run into bats, spiders, and the ghost of Zachary Graves. Whenever they appear on screen, you'll hear a gust of wind and lightning going off to warn you and to add to the atmosphere. If an enemy makes contact with you, you'll lose a life, and you have 9 to start with. Now, you can't see any of the pieces of this urn that you're looking for, but if you press the fire button, you'll light a match to help see everything in your surrounding area. But after a little while, the light dies out, and if an enemy shows up, the wind will blow the light out. Fortunately, you can use the match an infinite number of times, although you have to wait until you lose the enemies in order to get the light back if the wind puts it out. Another item that can be useful is the scepter, which will keep enemies away. Unfortunately, you can only hold one item at a time, so if you want to pick up the scepter, you'll have to drop the urn, or whatever pieces you might have of it before picking it up. Each of the 4 floors are color-coded by the walls, plus there's a number indicator at the bottom in case you're colorblind. There are 9 game variations, which alter the game's overall difficulty, and in all but the first setting, the rooms are pitch black so you can't see the walls unless you have your match lit or during the flashes of light when an enemy shows up. Also, in some of these variations, there'll be doors you can walk through where the walls normally narrow out. Why is this significant? Because some of them are locked, and in order to unlock them, you'll need to get a key, which means you'll probably need to drop the urn in order to advance. This brings an element of strategy to the mix, because you'll need to figure out which doors go to which floor so you can figure out where to leave the items you'll need for later and which doors to go through. Plus you have to be cautious enough to avoid enemies at the same time. Once you get the urn, the entrance is down at the center door on the right side of the first floor. Everything blinks and a creepy tune plays in the background indicating that you've won. Haunted House doesn't break any ground as far as graphics go, but it is a pretty fun game, and it's sometimes looked at as the original survivor horror game. And given the suspense level, the lack of defensive abilities, and the general evasive nature of the gameplay, it's definitely an arguable point.